territory and no kind of pride. I got the best pride of it. But to stand in
You're direct.
Now, you know, Avon fought real hard for them towers. We took down the Rayford brothers, Big Dennis Woodson. We should have just been the strand. On a need be. We got the towers. I got what goes in them. Later fall into old shit. I'll talk to that part. You do that, I'm saying. Do that.
Come on, Bruce, I can read a budget summary. There's nothing in there for dredging.
Shortfall in revenues, but the grain pier is still in there.
And the rest is just talk.
Talk is good, Frank. Talk is a start.
Talk is your fucking job description.
Yes!
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want
yeah, blah, blah,
things
blah.
now.
Your son. The oldest one, he goes to what school?
Jason's at Princeton.
Princeton. You send him to Princeton to do whatever the fuck he wants. TV was saying it's what the astronauts drank on their way to the moon. You drink it, well,
Then you could be an astronaut too.
all summer long that shit was all the hair kids drank. Tang with breakfast, tang with lunch. Tang when they woke up scared in the middle of the night. What do you think they grew up to be?
Not astronauts.
Stevedores. What the fuck you think?
My great-grandfather was a knife sharpener. Yeah. Pushed a grinding stone up Preston Street to Alice Ann. And since he didn't want his sons to push the goddamn thing, he made sure my grandfather finished high school and my old man went to any college that would take him.
I'm talking now. Because down here it's still, who's your old man until you got kids your own. Then it's who's your son.
Who is your son, Frank?
Robot. My kid'll be lucky if he's even punching numbers 5 years from now. It breaks my fucking heart that there's no future for the Sobotkas on the waterfront. Here, Brucey, I think they're your size. I'm operating under the assumption that because of your relentless diligence, the funding for the grain pier is going to pass the assembly.
It's all a question of money.
But I'm also talking about the canal. So you're going to talk about the canal. Until someday, some way, that motherfucker gets dredged and we get some ships in here.
Oh, I love this actor! What's good? What? It's making me good! What do? I love this actor! Tiens, ah!
Got one that disappeared. One of two things. The driver takes it through checkout, in which case it might be that Horseface just entered the wrong container number and they find it there. It goes out to Bobtail Lane. If it does that, they're doing the dirt.
They're doing the dirt.
12:14. He went around the checkout. Copy.
The guy was supposed to look around and he didn't see Bunk slowing down.
He went to ground off of Newkirk, some kind of warehouse.
Pyramid Incorporated, 56.
Well, we did our damn with our own guard, man. I mean, it came off nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anybody show?
how'd Brianna do?
Rough.
If I would have known the boy was going to be doing some shit like that, man, you know what I mean?
What are the prison people saying? That he just hung himself like that? Yeah. How the fuck you gonna stop a man from doing some shit like that? What are you gonna do? Stay with him every damn minute, every day you can? I mean, you gonna find.
You're saying all of the right stuff if truly did that.
It ain't. You. I would tell you if it was.
One day Avon is gonna know.
What's up with that other thing, man?
Still shit, man. Your man in Atlanta, he don't know what the war is. I mean, you gonna discount it?
Do I look like King What to you, man? What are you saying, man? That's ridiculous.
Proposition Joe. He came to the funeral. On this side, I mean, he's got a smoker. He wants to share. If we cut him a slice of the towers. You know, it's a thought. It's not even a thought, man. No, don't get through all this. You hear me? We're gonna get through all of this. I know. All of it.
Your DNRs go where?
Phones for dock workers local. Offices, personal phones for a couple of union officials. On February the 4th and March 16th, Mr. Bakusa received a call from Frank Sobotka's cell phone. And both times the can goes missing the computer. Pretty good argument for a conspiracy case.
Conspiracy to do what? Smuggle shit. Smuggle what?
For starters, how about bringing girls over here for purposes of prostitution? That one we know about.
You need to do better for a wiretap.
It's not enough. Guys, you know that it's not enough.
You mean you can tap a guy's phone if he's selling drugs, but if he's selling women, he's out of bounds? That's the law.
That's a stupid law.
Alright, slow up. This is it. It's listed to Nicholas Andrew Sobotka, 1485 Breno Street.
Sobotka.
Sobotka? That's what it says here.
Erk. Sobotka.
Mean anything to you? Yo, Beavis. That's the name of the guy who was supposed to be working. Frank Sobotka.
Oh, now that you say it. Photo.
Avon's on the way. Jesus Christ. Night work with break books, Frank. I hate this shit. You guys gonna move this thing or what?
Oh, that's not gonna help your business.
Charlie, you're thinking.
They're gonna tell you that's an accident that could have been avoided.
Frank, how's the leg look?
No leg anymore.
Which leg's in now? Sir, can you hear my voice?
The DNRs, the clone computer. We got the pattern.
The rolls came to me. Asked if I would take the homicides.
You should. Those girls in the can really suffocated, Lieutenant. You
Come on,
picked this case
mister.
up, you might eat those over murders. But you let it pass. You gotta ask yourself how you want to live your day-to-day.
It's good, Lester.
And the guys at 15, 14.
Where's the money from?
Oh, come on. You know that it's dirty. You don't want to hear it. I mean, now you're asking the question, but since the beginning, you know.
I get it. No bullshit, no arguments.
No arguments.
You two get along, or I'm gonna take that tent down right now.
Finally, some news about Jimmy.
Squirrel? Whoa.
No. I don't trust you.
What can you answer
I
to
care
that?
about you. But how the hell am I supposed to trust you?
When you lose the trust of a woman, in particular your wife, your girlfriend, your lover, you can never have it back fully.
I love the job, Mom.
That's a real thing.
Job doesn't love you.
The mind is always a step ahead of me. The person who never stops thinking it through. That's what I fell in love with first.
You know what I fell in love with first? Do you? Your ambition. Where'd that man go?
I would prefer a guy who loves his work, who is passionate by it, and who thinks about making things right, than someone that ambitious that he doesn't care about making things right. I did not like that. Cool, that was a cool episode. You know, during the intro I told you that I had the impression that the docks guys, they were more involved into all of the business, you know, with the Greeks, with the chemicals, with also now selling drugs, like they were getting more and more involved into all of that, and that the cops, on the other hand, they were just beginning to work together, they were just beginning to connect the cases, and I have the impression that during this episode, they finally are at the same point, and it's really great, you know. Like now, these two cases are really connected, and Daniel's team is officially working on both cases. They managed to have one of the cans which are stolen, to follow it, to connect it, you know, with the warehouse, meaning behind that the Greeks, like it's gonna come really quick after that. And also they have the information that it's one of the suppliers of Proposition Joe, meaning that drugs are involved, you know, these chemicals which were stolen, it's to make drugs, it's giving drugs to the city. So because of that, maybe they can make some advances, you know, during the next episodes, because they're gonna be okay to listen to the conversations, because it's about drugs, not about prostitution. Like, they know a lot. Like, they managed to learn a lot during this episode. And they have also the fact that these drugs things are connected to Nick Sobotka, so they can connect it also to Frank, even if Frank doesn't know about it at all. But yes, they progressed a lot. Both cases connected. The can, the warehouse, it's about drugs. Nikki is connected to that. The Sobotka is connected to that. Good job! Good job for the cops during this episode. Without McNulty being involved into it, like I was surprised to even see him a little at the end. That scene was really about him trying to have his old life back by being right there with his sons, with his ex-wife. Like, he's doing his best to spend time with them, to get close to her. But I think that maybe he just understood that it's not gonna be enough, because she's not gonna trust you again, not that soon, not like that, and maybe never, in fact. And it's something, you know, when you lost the trust, you know, of someone, you can never have it back fully, and even more if it was your woman or your man. And no matter what, you can never have your life back like it was, you know, after something big happened and all. You can never have that back. They all... I'm really surprised that they really bought, you know, the fact that Dee killed himself. Like, really, no suspicions behind it, really, the guy killed himself. Okay, most of them are convinced that he was taking drugs and that maybe because of that he was losing his mind, so maybe, you know, it could have a thought like that. But really, you know, for example, for his mother, the last conversation that you had with your son, it was your son telling you that he doesn't want to be a part of Avon's plan anymore, inside the jail, outside of the jail. He wants to live his life like he wants. I would be a little suspicious, you know, at our place. Nothing. Donette also, you told to Stringer, Dee doesn't want to be a part of your plans anymore. He doesn't want to listen to anyone anymore. Dee is being killed. No questions. I'm really like, are they truly buying it, or are they choosing to not ask any question? Avon is buying it also. Because he thinks, you know, that Dee was taking, because he thinks that Dee was weak, because he thinks also that Dee wanted for all of them to feel guilty, to feel bad for what they did to him. In a way, I prefer that option, because it's letting a lot of things open for the future. For example, when Avon is gonna know the truth, he's gonna know that Stringer planned all of that. Because at some point he's gonna know the truth. I'm pretty sure of it. When it's gonna be the case, how is he gonna react? Like, he told himself with Wee-Bey that maybe it's better like that for Dee to be dead, so he's never gonna switch again. But at the same time, Stringer did that behind your back. He lied to you, he lied to everyone. he decided that without asking you, like you're the boss. It was someone from your family, no matter what. I have the impression that maybe at some point Stringer can do the same for Avon. You know, he can prepare Avon's death. We'll see. Because right there, you know, Avon didn't accept that new plan of taking propositions to Dope in exchange of a part of the towers. And I can understand that, you know, because when you're the boss of that kind of gangs, territories are more important than Dope, you know, into the present time. Dope, it can change, it can really evolve and stuff like that. The territories, you're fighting hard to have them, you're gonna keep them no matter what. Because meaning you're fighting hard to have them, it's really about kind of a war, losing men, losing resources and all, so you don't want that to happen again, to lose that territory, no matter what. But at the same time, the fact that Avon said no, I'm not sure that Stringer is gonna be okay with it, because Stringer, on the battlefield, you can see that the Dope is really weak, that people are talking about them, you know, into a bad way. I don't know. I think that Stringer is gonna try to be more independent. Like that decision of killing Dee, it was already a big thing. Next thing, you know, it's gonna be about the Dope. We'll see. I have the impression to see more of Avon during this season 2 than during the season 1. To discover more also about his character, how he's functioning, how he's thinking, how he's feeling during this season 2 than the season 1. I love that. You know, and that's something that I missed during the season 1. He was the boss of all of that gang, he was the big guy. Everyone was talking about him, everyone was searching for him, and I had the impression to have spent like 5 minutes with him, all of the scenes put together. And I was not connecting with him, I didn't know anything about him. So I'm really glad to spend time with him right there. For the dogs, you know, Ziggy is Ziggy. He wants to be a part of this business, but he's not. He had some issues, but in fact it was a joke. He's a joke for everyone. Nikki is getting more money. Nikki is connected now to the drugs, to all of that for the cops, you know. It's dangerous, but at the same time Nikki is happier because he has more money, because he can promise that to his girl, to his family. Frank, you know, that was interesting, this episode for Frank, because this actor is amazing for sure, but also because we can understand how it's important for him to save the dogs, to be sure that everyone is gonna have a job and all. Like, it was really to insist on it. Like right there, they want to replace men with robots. That's not okay for him, and he doesn't want that. But at the same time, the main thing, you know, of this guy, the thing that he was selling the most, it was with robots you don't have accidents. And what happened at the end of this episode? An accident. Someone lost a leg. So that's already bad for him, you know, for Frank's situation. Another thing which is bad is the fact that soon they're gonna have elections, you know, to say who is gonna be the president of the union. For now it's him, but normally next time it's gonna be Otto, someone else. Like they have something like that, they are changing each time, one white guy, one black guy. And right there, Frank, he doesn't want for someone else to replace him, not during that period of time, not when he's really fighting to have all of these things, not only the dirty money, but also all of these votes, you know, for the canal and all. That was almost okay, you know, for Nat, but at the end, when he asked to Frank where is coming the money, he knows that it's dirty money, like he can't not know. But right there, to have again the confirmation of it, I think that it's gonna be important for the elections. I think that he's not gonna want to vote for Frank. And the other guys, they're gonna follow him with that. We'll see. So, all of that thing about replacing men with robots, all of that thing about the elections, and also all of that thing about the canal, the votes and all. Not everything is going okay with that, like he's maybe not gonna have everything that he wanted. That scene was amazing, you know, with the lobbyist guy. It was a bad day for Frank. The only good thing for him is the fact that he has the impression that the cops are not working on the docks anymore. But it's just an impression. We know that it's not the case. Okay, that was a cool episode, really cool, really interesting. Everyone progressed, you know, the top guys, Avon and Stringer, also the cops, everyone is moving on. It's cool. Things are getting really real, really serious. Okay, I'm gonna watch the next episode right now. For you, it's gonna be in another video. Remember that if you're watching this on YouTube, you can already have my reactions and my thoughts to the 2 next episodes on my Patreon, if you can be interested. No matter what, next episode is gonna be on another video, so it's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Great.